Hey, what's up, guys? This is Catherine Ajaho, coming at you with a new JavaScript video. I know it's been a long time. I'm trying to get a schedule with this, so you will be getting videos from me every Saturday from now on. So just be patient with me. All right, so let's dive in. This video is about arrays and is simply about array basics. So for those of you that are way more advanced, this is for beginners that want to have a comprehensive understanding of arrays. So I'm going to the bare bone, the simplistic idea wrapped around arrays. All right. So in this video, we're gonna learn about, we're gonna find out how to name an array, create an array, add items to an array, deleting items from an array, and changing items in an array. Okay. All right. So the requirements: all you need is a Google Chrome browser. That's what we're going to use as our editing environment. That's where we're going to code. And I gave you some instruction on this slide that says right click on the home. So once you download it, like if you don't have it, you can download it. But I strongly advise you, like if you're going to be a programmer, to try to get Google Chrome and get used to using that browser because it has great tools for developers. Okay. All right. So once you get it, you're going to right click on the home page of Google Chrome, and then you're going to click on inspect. And then after that, you're going to click on the console. And I'm going to show you right now. So come on over here. And right now I have Google Chrome opened up, and if I click home, so we're going to right click and we're going to click on the word inspect. All right. So once we click on the word inspect, this is what pops up, and you're going to see all of these different, things on the screen. You just want to click on console, and let's just get straight to it. You click in here. And so this is our coding environment for this video. All right. You don't need any download or anything on your computer right now. We're just strictly sticking to the basics and just trying to understand arrays. All right. So back to our timeline. All right. So, first and foremost, we have to learn how to name an array. All right. So there's something in JavaScript called variables, and a variable is something used to store a value. So for instance, you know how you're making a list for the grocery store, and I mean, some people, they like to put it in categories like beverages, meats, snacks, right? So think of a variable like that, the category or the name of category. So if I wanted to say snacks, what's going to be in the snack area? So the word snacks, thinking about it, is storing some kind of idea in your mind that is probably going to be like chips, candy, stuff like that. All of that is going to go in the snacks area. And so snacks represent a list of things, right? So think of that as a variable in JavaScript. And the way you initiate a variable, and the word I'm using is initiate because that's how you create a variable in JavaScript. We say initiate. So you initiate a variable by the keyword var, just var, right? So let's go ahead in our browser, and we're just gonna say var. So var, grocery list, right? And that's it. That's literally how you create a variable. So now we have grocery list. Another thing is the way that I named this. If you notice that I started with a lowercase letter, and then any other word after that is a capital. This is called camel casing, right? So you want to name your variables with description in it, right? So grocery list, you automatically know that probably someone is going to go to the grocery store and buy a whole bunch of stuff from the grocery store, right? because it just says grocery list. So you don't want to have names that are ambiguous. You want to have names that are very direct and descriptive of what you are doing or coding. Okay, so that's how you create a variable. Let's go on. So the next thing is create an array, right? So in JavaScript, brackets are used to create an array. All right, these two bars right here. So since we just created our variable, we're going to come down here and just ignore the word undefined. I'll explain that in later videos. So now we have grocery list. So we're going to change grocery list into a variable. Into an array. Sorry. So var, we're just going to type it again. And this time, we're going to say equal. That's it. That's your array right there. So now grocery list is an array because of those brackets. So we've just assigned the variable grocery list an array. Okay, so now our array is empty, of course, because there's nothing in it. And that's how you create an array. Let's move on to the next step. Add an item to an array. So the way you add an item is with the method push. Okay. And just follow along, even if you don't understand like what a method means and stuff like that. Just ignore all of the, what would I say, technical words that I'm using, and just focus on the things that I want you to focus on, which is the word push. Okay. So let's come over here and let's add something to our array. So the way we do that is we say grocery. So we just name back we call back our variable, right? Dot push. And in parentheses, we're going to write what we're going to push. And I'm just going to write item 1, right? Item 1. And then we're just going to press enter. And that number represents that there's one item inside of our array, right? And the way that we'll see what's inside of our array, we just say console.log parentheses, and inside of our parentheses, we're going to write our variable in there. Oops, I pressed the wrong key. Sorry. Console.log grocery list, and close that parentheses. And I usually put semicolons, but you don't have to in this video. But go ahead and get into that practice and press enter, and bam, you see item 1 right there. So we just added item 1 to our array, right? And if you notice here, the console recognizes it as an array, and it has one item in there. Okay. So I will go into depth about this later on. So now we understand how to add something to an array. So let's add a few more things. So let's say grocery store dot push, and we're gonna say item 2, right? And we're gonna press enter. So now we have 2 things in our array. Grocery store, and we're just gonna add one more, push item 3, right? And now we have 3 things in our array. And like I said, let's go and do console.log grocery list. And keep in mind, there's no parentheses around the word grocery list here, okay? And I'll break that down more later on, probably in another video. And then we'll press enter, and there you are. All 3 of our items has been added to our array, all right? Next up, we are going to change an item in an array, Okay. So in the real world, when you're counting items, you usually start from 1. You never start from 0, right? Well, in JavaScript, we don't. We actually start from 0. And so that's why, let's go back over here, and that's why you see these numbers here. You see 0, 1, 2. That's it's showing that it's counting the numbers, counting the items, and it starts from 0. All right. So the way that we're going to change item 1, let's say we're going to change item 1, we're going to do grocery list, right? And we're going to use our brackets again because it basically represents the array, but we want to focus on item 0. So item 1, which is 0 in JavaScript, okay? JavaScript starts from 0 when it's counting things in an array. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. All right. So we're going to target item 1, which is 0. And we're going to say equal. And we're going to call it item 1 changed. Let's say that. Item 1 changed. Right. And we're going to hit enter. And bam, it's showing, it's just basically saying to us what was changed. The actual change is displaying the change, but we want to see the array now with all of the items and that new change, right? So we're going to do console.log again. Console.log grocery list right down here. And we're going to hit enter. And there you are. Item number 1 was changed. And now we have item 1 changed, item 2, and item 3. And let's just do one more thing. Let's just do one more example. So grocery list. And this time we're going to target the item 3, which is 2, right? Because this would be 0, 1, 2. So we want to target item 3. So we're going to put 2 in the brackets, sorry. And we're going to hit equal. I like to put spaces, but some people don't. And we're just going to say, I don't know, candy. Let's say candy. We're going to change item 3 to candy. And let's hit enter. And it changed. And now let's console.log it. And bam. Now we have item 1 changed, item 2, and candy. And that's how you change things in an array at the basic level. Okay, again, this video is for beginners. All right, let's go to the next thing. So now we're going to learn how to delete an item from an array. Okay, the splice method. So now we're going to use the splice method. That's how we're going to be able to delete something from our array. So I'm just going to press this clear console icon right here so that we get a fresh page again. And I'm just going to press the up key so that we see what's in our array. Okay, so we see that we still have the 3 items in our array. And say we want to delete item 2. Let's delete item 2. So the way that we do that is we use the name of our array again, grocery list, and we say .splice. And splice is a little different from push. So splice, the way you use splice is the first value that you're going to put in is the actual item that you want to delete. Okay, so I want to delete item 2, which is 1 in JavaScript, because remember the first item is 0 and counting, so 0, 1, 2. So if I want to change item 2, I'm going to use the number 1 in here. And then we're going to put a comma, and the next value basically tells JavaScript, hey, I just want to delete 1 item. Okay, and it starts from the left to the right. So I just want to delete one item, and that item is item 1, which is that item there. Okay, and let's press enter, and it shows the item that was deleted. And now let's console.log our grocery list again, or our array. And there you go. You only have 2 items now. Before you had 3, which was item 1 changed, item 2 and candy. And then we deleted item 2, right? And now we only have item 1 changed and candy. Okay. So that's how you delete an item. And let's, for example, let's just do one more. Okay. Let's go ahead and do grocery list again. Dot splice. Okay. And let's delete the first one. So the first one is going to be 0. And we're only deleting 1. So let's just put 1 right there. And let's hit enter. And now console.log to see what else is left in our array. Enter. And now we only have candy. Okay. So we deleted 2 things in this example. And now we only have 1 thing in our list. All right. Let's see what's next. So let's review. We learned how to name an array, right? Using the word var, and just call your array something. And remember to have a very descriptive name. And there's rules of how to name things as well, but I didn't want to mix up the video. The topic is about arrays, and that's what I want to focus on at the moment. Creating an array. Brackets represents an array in JavaScript, so this is how you can create an array. Add an item to an array. If you want to add an item to an array, all you have to do is use the method push. So new array.push and the item that you want to add. Okay, and it adds it to the end of the array. The next thing that we learned how to do was to change an item in an array. Again, you have to remember how to count things in an array. It starts from 0. And new array 0, and the value that you want to put in or replace the old one with. Okay. And then delete an item from an array. We use the method splice to do that. And as I said, the first value is the actual item in the array that you want to delete. And the second value represents how many to how many of the items you want to delete. Okay. All right. So let's go back here and let's just do it one more time. Let's clear it right here. We created a variable var grocery list, right? And we made it an array by putting the brackets there, right? And then we added we added an item to the array, item 3. Okay. Then we console.logged it to display that item. And then we changed the value. We changed the value in that array. So I'm just going to change it real quick. And now we have console.log. We have 2 things in our array, item 3 and candy. Okay. And then last but not least, we deleted something from our array. And now we're left with 1 thing in our array. Okay. So guys, that's it. Please let me know. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you need clarity on anything I covered in this video. And again, if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is Catherine Ajajo, and new tutorials every Saturday morning. And please visit my blog for more videos like these. All right, take care. Bye.